Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. So we are working on the book Principles of Mathematics grade 10 and we're working on the chapter quadratic equations. The lesson we're going to cover today is solving problems using quadratic models. So let's just start with the lesson. Excuse me. Okay, let's just start with the lesson. 6.6 it is solving problems using quadratic models. When solving a problem that involves a quadratic relation, follow these suggestions. Write the relation in the form that is most helpful for the given situation. Use the vertex form to determine the maximum or minimum values of the relation. Use the standard form or factored form to determine the value of x that corresponds to given y value of the relation. You may need to use the quadratic formula, right? A problem may have only one realistic solution, even when the quadratic equation that is used to represent the problem has two real solutions. When you solve a quadratic equation, check to make sure that your solution makes sense in the context of the situation, right? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, let's start with question number 3. Okay, water from a fire hose is sprayed on a fire that is coming from a window. The window is 15 meters up the side of a wall. The equation h equals negative 0.011x square plus 0.99x plus 1.6 models the height of the jet of water h and the horizontal distance it can travel from the nozzle x both in meters. What is the maximum height that the water can reach? How far back could a firefighter stand but still have the water reach the window, right? So let's just start with question number 3. You have to calculate the height. Okay, the equation is h equals negative 0.011x square plus 0.99x and plus 15, right? So the y coordinate of the vertex of the relation represents the maximum height, right? So we have to calculate the vertex of the relation. So from here we can take common negative 0.011. So we are left with x square and minus. When you divide 0.99, it will be 90x plus 1.5 it is, 6 it is, right? 1.6. So basically you have to complete the square. So h equals negative 0.011. You have to x square minus 2 times 45x. That means you have to add 45 square and subtract 45 square, right? It would be plus 2025 minus 2025 plus 1.6. So that makes a complete square, right? it would be negative 0.011 and it would be x minus 45 whole square. Minus 2025 plus 1.6. Okay, so negative, no, this one is inside the bracket. You have to divide 2025 by negative 0.11. Hold on. You have to divide 2025 divided by, because this one is inside the bracket, but when you take out, you have to divide 0.011. You have to multiply, sorry, 0.011. It would be 22.275, right? You have to multiply it. It would be negative positive 22.75 because you multiply it with the negative value, right? Okay, so it would be then added. So you can just add them. So it would be negative 0.011 x minus 45 whole square and 22.275 plus 1.6 is 23.875, right? So that means the equation is now in a vertex form. The vertex is 45 and 23.875. That means the maximum value, the maximum height of the water is 23.875, right? Okay, the next one is B part is how far back could a firefighter stand but still have the water reach the window? Okay, you have to substitute because the water window is 15-meter up, so you have to put h equals 15, right? So it would be 15 equals negative 0.011 x square plus 0.99 x plus 1.6, right? Just rewrite the equation, move 15 other side. So it would be 0 equals negative 0.011 x square plus 0.99 x and plus 1.6 minus 15 is negative 13.4 equals 0, right? So you have to calculate the zeros of the equation. You have to apply the quadratic formula and evaluate the values. Negative b plus minus square root b square negative 4ac divided by 2a. Let me just check the roots of the equation, right? I can check online using the quadratic formula. You have to solve this on your own, right? Okay, so it is 16.60 and 73.40. That means the firefighter could stand either 16.60 meter or 73.40 meter away from the window and still have the water pass through it, right? Okay, let's just start with question number 5. Pauline want to sell stainless steel water bottles as a school fundraiser. She knows that she will maximize profits and raise $1,024. If she sells the bottle for $28 each, she also knows that she will lose 4,160 if she sells the bottle for only $10 each. Write an equation, write a quadratic relation to model her profit P in dollars if she sells the bottle for X dollar each. What selling price will ensure that she breaks even? Right? Let's just start with question number 5. Okay, so the maximum profit in the selling price is given, right? So we have to use the quadratic vertex form of quadratic relation. It would be maximum profit is 28 and selling price is 10. So the equation would be P equals A times x minus 28 whole square plus 1024, right? P is the profit, X is the selling price, and A is the constant. She knows she will lose 4160 if she sell the bottles for $10, right? So P equals negative 4160 because that is a loss for X equals 10. Just replace the values negative 4160. Ax is 10 minus 28 whole square plus 1024. Negative 4160 a negative 18 square plus 1024. So a times negative 18 square is negative 4160 minus 1024. That is negative 5164 and 324a. So just divide the other side by 324, it would be negative 16, right? The model for her profit is, this is the value of a. Just replace the a with the value. It would be p equals, a is negative 16, x minus 28 whole square and plus 1024, right? Okay, the b part is, what selling price will ensure that she breaks even? You have to calculate the selling price, right? So we have to substitute p equals 0 in the equation. Okay, the equation is p equals negative 16 x minus 28 whole square, this one. Just replace p equals 0. So it would be 0 equals negative 16 x minus 28 whole square plus 1024. Move 1024 on the other side. Negative 16x minus 28 whole square. Divide both sides by negative 16. It would be 64 equals x minus 28 whole square. So 64 is the square of 8. It would be plus minus 8 equals x minus 28. So you have two values. X is 20 and 28 plus 8 is, x is 36, right? So that means the required price is $20 or either $36, right? Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's just start with question number 7. Harold wants to build 5 identical pig pens side by side on his farm using 30 meter of fencing. Determine the dimensions of the enclosure that would give his pigs the largest possible area. Calculate this area. Okay, question number 7 it is. So let's suppose x represents the length of each pen, which is the total area of the enclosure, right? So the total length is 30 meter and the fencing used is side by side on his farm using 30 meter of fencing. Harold wants to build 5 identical pig pens. So the length of the all pig pens is x, right? So they are, that means 5, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 5 pig pens, right? This one is x, this one is x, 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 and x. This is the width, total width, and this is the length, right? So that means then the length, all the length is 6x. The total width of the enclosure remains, of which there are two sides. So from this information, the total width of the enclosure is 30 minus 6x over 2, right? And it would be 15 minus 3x. So the area of the enclosure is multiplied by the total length. It would be A equals x times 15 minus 3x. It would be 15x minus 3x square. That means hmm, if we take common 3 from here, 15 minus 3x equals 0, right? 15 equals negative 3x, x equals negative 5, right? That means the area is maximized to 5, right? Area is maximized to 2.5, right? So it would be 30 minus 6 times 2.5 over 2. So when you evaluate, it would be 7.5. That means the total width of the enclosure is 7.5 and the total length of the enclosure is 2.5, right? So that means the total area is 7.5 times 2.5. That would be 18.75, right? Okay. The next one is question number 9. The depth underwater d in meters of Daisy, the dolphin during a dive can be modeled by d equals zero point 0.1 t square negative 3.5 t plus 6, where t is the time in seconds after the dolphin begins her descent toward the water. After her descent towards the water, how long was Daisy underwater? How deep did Daisy dive? Okay, so when she enter to water and return to surface, her depth will be zero, right? Question number 9. So you have to substitute d equals 0 in the equation. Equation is d equals zero point 0.1 t square minus 3.5 t plus 6. So when she enter to water and return to water, the depth is 0. You just replace the d with 0. 0 equals zero point 0.1 t square negative 3.5 t and plus 6, right? Let's just apply the quadratic formula and calculate the value of t. Negative b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Let's just evaluate the value. Hold on, let me evaluate. So it is t equals 1.81 and 33.19. So that means she entered the water after 1.181 second and returned to the surface area after 33.19 second, right? So the total time spent underwater is 33.19 minus 1.81 is 31.38 seconds. That means the total time she spent underwater is 31.38 second, right? Okay, the B part is how deep Daisy dive. You have to evaluate the maximum depth. So for this you have to calculate the vortex. The equation is d equals 0.01 t square negative 3.5 t plus 6, right? So from here you can take common 0.01. You are left with t square minus 35t plus 6. Let's just complete the formula, right? You have to add 17.5 square, right? It would be t square minus 35t plus 306.25 minus 306.25 and plus 6. This make a square t negative 17.5 whole square, and this one you have to divide 0.01, that makes 30.62. You have to add 6. So 0.01 t minus 17.5 whole square and negative 30 plus 6 is negative 24.625. So the vertex is negative 17.5 and negative 24.625. That means the maximum depth she reached is 24.63, right? Okay, let's just do question number 13. The sum of squares of three consecutive even integers is 980. Determine the integers. Okay, three consecutive integers, right? Question number 13. Okay, so let's suppose x is the smallest integer, right? The next one is x plus 2 and x plus 4 because they are the even integers, right? So their sum equals the sum of squares. Okay, it would be x square plus x plus 2 whole square plus x plus 4 whole square equals 980, right? So just evaluate x square plus 4x plus 4, 8x plus 16 equals 980. X square, x square, x square, 3x square, 8 and 4, 12x plus 16 minus 980 equals 0. No, 16 plus 2 is 20. Here you have 20. 3x square plus 12x minus 960 equals 0. Divide the equation by 3. X square plus 4x minus 320 equals 0, right? Okay, so when you factor the equation, it would be x minus 16 and x plus 20. So that means the values of x is x equals 16 and x equals negative 20, right? So that means the solution is if the smallest number is 16, 16 plus 2 18 and 16 plus 4 is 20. And if it is negative 20, then negative 20, negative 20 plus 2 negative 18 and negative 18 plus 4 is negative 16, right? Either the numbers are 16, 18, 20, or either they are negative 20, negative 18 and negative 16, right? Okay, let's just start with question number 16. Okay, Mark is designing a pentagonal shaped play area for a daycare facility. He has 30 meters of nylon mesh to enclose the play area. The triangle in the diagram is equilateral. Calculate the dimensions of the triangle, rectangle, and the triangle to the nearest tenth of a meter. That will maximize the area he can enclose for the play area, right? Okay, question number 16 it is. So let x represents the side length of the triangle. The total length of mesh is 30 meter and there are three sides of length x. So that means the length of the each remaining side is 30 minus 3x over 2, right? And the area of the rectangle is you have to multiply it by the 2. It would be area of rectangle is x times 30 minus 3x over 2, right? So draw a perpendicular bisector from the top vertex of the triangle to divide the equilateral triangle into two right angle triangles. Now use the Pythagorean theorem. It will be h square plus x over 2 square equals x square. So h square equals x square minus x over 2 whole square. And h is square root x square minus x over 2 whole square. It would be x square minus x square over 4. 4 minus, it would be 4 minus 1x square is 3 square root 3 over 2x, right? That means the area of the triangle is square root 3 over 2x. So the total area is the area of the triangle added to the area of rectangle, right? So it would be a equals square root 3 over 4x square plus 30 minus 3x over 2x, right? So you have to expand it and calculate the value of the x, right? You have to expand the equation and calculate the value. Okay, we are done with the lesson and also we are done with the chapter. In the next session, we're going to start with the new chapter. The new chapter we're going to start with is chapter 7, similar triangle trigonometry, right? So we are working on grade 9 math, grade 10 math. Chapter we're working on is quadratic equations, and the lessons we have covered today are solving problems using quadratic models, right? That would be the last lesson from the chapter. So in the next session, we're going to start with the new chapter. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. Also the questions I skipped, you have to try them on your own. And if you still need more help with the lessons, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? Okay, so if you have any question, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask question if you have any. I'm waiting for the questions from your side. Working on today. 6.6 it is.